And for India once again to become the world's fastest growing major economy. I'll start with my own firm, KPMG, which survives and thrives by serving other businesses. We're in many ways a barometer for broader economic health and broader progress. Over the 25 years since KPMG was founded, we've grown significantly. For most of the last decade, we've posted double-digit growth, and we now have over 20,000 people working here, serving several thousand Indian businesses. But while those headline numbers have been strong, the reality is that our clients and our own business have struggled to reach their full potential. We face levels of complexity, levels of bureaucracy that have hampered India's economic progress. And I'll highlight just three aspects: tax, infrastructure, and the digital economy. First, tax. Complex federal and state regulations and tax regimes, they've created friction and inefficiency within the economy. And that friction has been a drag on Indian economic growth. Outdated and poor infrastructure has been another historic overhang and a drag on growth. In many ways, India's infrastructure challenge has been the physical manifestation of the complex web of national and state responsibilities. Moving people and goods in India was simply too difficult, and the limitations of the transport network has certainly and undoubtedly slowed the pace. The 2018 budget calls for a massive increase in infrastructure investment, and the need will just get greater. It's estimated that the infrastructure needs and require investment of $4.5 trillion by 2040. With projected spending of $3.9 trillion, there's a potential $500 million opportunity that still exists there. And finally, the digital economy. In this digital age, this historic fragmentation and lack of alignment between the national and state governments has slowed India's vital investment in the digital infrastructure that will enable much of the next phase of India's economic development. So what are the solutions? The government's commitment to minimum government and maximum governance certainly is significant. Creating a simpler, unified national tax regime in the form of the GST has been a vital step forward. And I will tell you that some global business leaders were skeptical as to whether or not India could follow through on the GST. But India has delivered the biggest tax reform in the country's history, and in fact, one of the largest such reforms the world has ever seen. The importance of making India one country, one market, eliminating multiple layers of complexity, taxation, and cost, that cannot be underestimated, and it's certainly the benefits will be felt not just in the tax take, but also in the stimulus that this reform provides to the underlying economy in the years to come. It reduces uncertainty for international business and has the double benefit of reducing compliance costs for business in the long run and improving the tax take for government. The huge investments being made in India's ports and transport infrastructure are also paying dividends. Opening up investment in India's road building program to FDI, it sends a powerful message to the international business community and certainly accelerates the development of the quality of the road network needed for India to reach its economic ambitions. And the combined effects of a progressive liberalization of the telco sector and the support for India's homegrown digital enterprises means that the government's stated ambition of a US $1 trillion digital economy, that's realistic. All of these reforms would be important at any stage of India's economic development. But I believe that the fact that India is liberalizing its economy and liberating its entrepreneurial spirit at this point in time, I think is of incredible importance. And I say that because I believe the next few years, the first decade of the fourth industrial revolution, That will be the most transformational since the 19th century and the seismic global upheaval that we saw as a result of the first industrial revolution. Every economy, every sector, and every business, as Dominic said, is being transformed by technology. We're witnessing convergence, disruption, and the creation of whole new sectors at a pace that we've never seen before. And India is well placed to prosper in this digital revolution. India has a young population, a growing middle class, a tradition of science, technology, and engineering excellence, combined with a thirst for digital innovation. Every business leader that I speak with shares my view that India has an incredibly deep pool of technology talent.